One of the most common problems when growing peppers is blossom end rot. So on this pepper here, we could see this dead looking spot, and this is blossom end rot, also known as calcium deficiency. So this is something I've been struggling with in the greenhouses for the last few years, and there could be a few causes of this issue. Now, I still haven't 100% narrowed it down in my greenhouse here, but over the years I've learned some things that may be causing it and some things that I've been adjusting to potentially avoid it. I think this year I finally figured out what the issue was, and I'll be talking about that right now. So there's a few things that could cause blossom end rot in our peppers, and one of them is not adding enough calcium to our nutrient solution. The other is maybe just not watering our plants enough, or our pH being out of range. There could be all kinds of different reasons for the plant not being able to uptake or utilize the calcium in our nutrient solution. I think in my scenario here, I was actually adding too much magnesium sulfate. So when we add too much magnesium sulfate, it actually competes with the calcium in our nutrient solution for uptake by the plant. So by having too much magnesium sulfate, it was actually inhibiting the calcium uptake in my nutrient solution. So what I've done here is I've actually reduced the magnesium sulfate in my nutrient solution, and I've actually reduced it by quite a bit. For a few years now, I've been probably feeding way too much magnesium sulfate because I just thought it was more beneficial. And there's a general guideline for the master blend fertilizer that I'm using, and I was actually feeding around 15 to 20% more magnesium sulfate than the base recommendation. Right now, I've actually lowered it below the baseline recommendation to see if the calcium deficiency goes away in my peppers here. And it's gonna take a little bit to find out if it's working, but I think so far I'm seeing good results here. So if I see this starts to work, then I'll probably bump up the magnesium sulfate closer to the base recommendation by master blend. I might feed a little bit lower than their base recommendation as long as I'm not getting any noticeable magnesium sulfate deficiencies. Every time I've had this issue in the greenhouse, I've noticed it's the worst right at the beginning of the fruit set. And this is right when the plant is first setting out a whole bunch of peppers. And I think the calcium demand is just so high at this stage. That's why the issue seems to be the worst. So you can see it in this one. If we go down here, there will be more. This is a big pepper here, but I actually don't see it on there. This one here, I can see it at the end there. There's more here. So this deficiency actually looks very similar to Sunscald, but I believe it's just calcium deficiency because it's pretty shaded. It seems to happen near the end of the fruit. And yeah, I'm just pretty confident it's the blossom end rot. So you can see it right here, right at the end. And there's more over here. So as you can imagine, it's pretty disheartening when we see this in our crop because a lot of the peppers are pretty much garbage at that point. Sometimes you could wait till the plant or the pepper fully matures and you could still eat the pepper, but lots of times it's just too far gone to even keep growing the peppers. So lots of times when I see that on the plant, on the pepper, I'll just pull that pepper off right away so that the plant could start putting its energy towards newer growth. So these are just some of the issues that I'm dealing with in the greenhouse, and I'm determined to figure it out. And I think this year I'm finally gonna get to the bottom of this issue. If you guys are battling this issue and you fixed it, maybe let me know what you did to fix the problem, and I'll be giving you guys some more updates later, probably next week or the week after, to let you know if the steps I'm taking of reducing the magnesium sulfate is helping at all. So I'll see you guys in the next video.